Hi, this is Chloe at Studio Fondue Online. I'm going to be taking you through a 30-minute abs and glutes with a focus today on our hamstrings and glute max. We'll be working all the sections of the core. I'm going to be using my ball as my prop today, and if you have some ankle weights, you may want to grab those as well and pop those around the ankles. So we're going to get started on our back. So just take a moment to roll down onto your back. We're just going to place that ball in between those knees. You're going to allow those legs to come up into tabletop, knees stacked in line with the hips, nice and flat through the shins. And then I'm going to spread my arms nice and wide into a T. I'm going to take an inhale breath here. As you exhale, you're going to give a gentle squeeze into that ball. Start to feel your deeper core here zip up and in a little bit closer towards the spine. We're going to hold that gentle squeeze there. On your next inhale, you're going to glide those legs over towards the left. You're really trying to keep that right shoulder down and feel that opening through the lower back. As you exhale, you're going to squeeze through the obliques, the sides of the tummy, to bring those legs back through center. Inhale, we allow the knees to drop to the other side, feeling the stretch and rotation through the thoracic. Exhale, squeezing through those obliques to bring the spine and pelvis back to the floor. Let's go one more time each side, just inviting some gentle movement into the body to warm us up here. And starting to find that breath to body connection, sinking that inhale as you move down, sinking the exhale as you come up. Gorgeous. From here, taking that ball out, let's get straight into it, bringing that ball in between the shoulder blades. From here, allow the pelvis to be nice and heavy. We're going to keep that left leg bent, and we're going to send that right leg nice and long. We're going to interlace the hands behind the head, cradling the base of the skull, and then take a moment to allow the head to sink nice and heavy into the hands. Eye gaze will travel to the sky. Take a nice big breath in here. As you exhale, you're going to curl on up, sliding the ribs towards the hips, lifting the shoulders away from the ball. Inhale, you're going to curl all the way back down over that ball. Feel the stretch through your center, using that exhale breath to lift from the chest, coming on up. So I like to imagine that my abdominal wall is like an elasticity here. On the way down, it's almost like in a rainbow shape, and on the way up, I'm lifting from the chest, so I get that nice straight line from that pubic bone all the way up to the center of that rib cage, front of the ribs. Inhale, we lower down. Let's go for a few more here. Maybe even starting to notice those little shakes through your center as you curl up. Good. Working from an extension of the spine, and then you're lifting those shoulders to come up into a neutral position of the spine. So the core is working hard here. Those upper abdominals are working hard to create that neutral position, lifting away from the ball. Adding on, next time you curl up, we're going to float a nice long right leg up with us. Good, so that hip flexor starts to switch on. Inhale, we lower all the way down. Lower abdominals have to work harder to lift the shape of the leg up. Inhale, lower all the way down. Gorgeous. Let's go for another 5 here. Thinking about that gap between the chin and the chest, size of an orange. It's not squashing the orange as you lift up, and it's not letting the orange roll out. So the back of the neck is staying connected to that thoracic part of the spine the whole time. Ooh, starting to feel this now. Let's go for another 3. Beautiful. Inhale to lower, lengthen. Exhale to lift. 2. Inhale to lower, lengthen. Exhale to lift. 1. Good. Can we stay lifted here? Can you think about sliding the rib cage further towards the hips? Can you keep the head heavy in those hands? Inhale, we drop the leg down. Exhale, we lift the leg up. Inhale, we drop the leg down. Exhale, we lift the leg up. Let's go for another 4. Here for 3. Nice and long leg for 2. And 1. Can we keep the leg down, anchor the heel down, and just find little pulses, opening and closing the gap from that rib cage and that pubic bone. Open and close. Open and close for 6. It's getting shaky for 5. Starting to burn here for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale, lower all the way down. Gorgeous. Exhale, you're going to lift all the way up. Switching the legs now, you're going to float that left leg into tabletop, anchoring that left heel down. Coming into some rotation here. Inhale, lower all the way down. Exhale, you're going to rotate that right armpit is reaching across for that left hip. Inhale, lower all the way back over that ball. Feel the extension. Exhale, coming up and over. Really feel the wrapping round of the rib cage around the spine to reach that armpit across to that knee. Beautiful. Let's go for another 5 here. We're going to add on in 4. Beautiful. Adding on in 3. Last 2. And 1. Can you rotate and hold? Can we start to inhale, lift that opposite leg up, try and keep the pelvis nice and stable. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, lower the head all the way down. Ooh, getting spicy. Exhale, rotate. Hold. Keep the pelvis nice and controlled. Inhale, lift the leg up. Exhale, lower the leg down with control. 3 more like that. Inhale, we lower. Exhale, we rotate. Inhale, we float the leg. Exhale, we drop it down. Inhale, we lower everything back and down. Last 2. Shh. Ooh, it's burning. Last 1. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, we rotate. We hold. Inhale, we lift the leg up. Exhale, we drop it down. Can we keep the heel down? We reach that right arm across. We see if we can rotate a little bit more. Then we find those pulses up and off the ball here to finish. You've got it. Let's go for 6, for 5, for 4, little higher, for 3, for 2, and 1. Ooh, lower all the way down over that ball. Feel that stretch and reset there. Gorgeous work, guys. We will come back to the other side after a little bit of hamstring and glute work. So when you're ready, rolling down onto your backs from here. For the first round, we're just going to place that ball in between the knees, coming into some double leg work, and then we also mix it up coming into that single leg work. So arms are long down by your side. Take a nice big inhale breath here. Exhale, tuck that pelvis under, picking those hips up, lifting from the center of the glutes, and lifting the hips up nice and high. Really thinking about tucking the pelvis under here. Rib cage is knitting in. Inhale, slowly release, bone by bone, all the way back down. Good. Exhale, squeezing into the ball. We curl on up, pushing those knees forward over those toes, sending those hip bones high to the sky. Inhale, we lower all the way back down. You want to make sure that when you're in that high position, your knees are in line with your hips. Inhale to lower back down. Good. I want you to shuffle the heels a little bit closer now. You're going to lift all the way up. You're going to lift your heels up nice and high. You're going to inhale, hinge from the hips, tap the booty down. Exhale, lift straight back up and squeeze. Inhale, we come down. Exhale, straight back up and squeeze. Beautiful. Let's go for another 6. For 5, really trying to keep those hip bones moving at the same time as you move through space. For 3, for 2, and 1. Lift those hips up nice and high. Squeeze that ball as hard as you can. Then give me slow motion pulses through those hips, allowing that blood to flow through those glutes. For 6, for 5, for 4. Heels maybe a little bit higher. For 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly come all the way down. Beautiful. You're now going to bring the ball underneath your right heel. So the higher the heel is up onto the ball, the harder it will be on that stability. So you want to find a position where you can really feel the ball of the foot and the toes press down into the mat. Left foot is just grounded on the floor next to you. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, lift your hips up nice and high. Now, all I want you to do here is inhale, lift your heel away from the ball. Exhale, press your heel into the ball. 2 more. Inhale, lift the heel away. Exhale, press it down. Already you should feel that hamstring. Inhale, lift the right heel away. Exhale, press it down. Keep pressing the heel down as you float that left leg to tabletop. Keeping that left leg there. Inhale, lower the bum down. Exhale, press into that right heel, lift the hips up high. Whew. Inhale, lower down. I feel the connection through my hamstring straight away. Exhale, we lift all the way up. Inhale to come down. Exhale to come up. Good, let's go for another 4 here, then we're gonna add on. 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, we lift all the way up, we hold. We inhale, tap the left foot down. Exhale, pick it up. Inhale, drop the booty. Exhale, lift the booty, press through heel. Inhale, tap it down. Exhale, pick it up. You've got another 3. Whew, I'm feeling that fire run through my right glute and my right hamstring. Last 2. Whew. It's burning. Last 1. Press down through the heel, lift the hips up high, just those toe taps. Give me 5. Inhale to tap, exhale to lift 4. Can you press the heel into the ball to lift the hips higher for 3, for 2, and 1. Keep that left leg in tabletop, little pulses with the hips up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it at the top for 5, 4, hips higher for 3, press through the ball for 2, and 1. Oh my gosh, give those legs a nice little shake, especially through the back of that right hamstring. Let's continue working into that same side. You're gonna grab a hold of the ball, sweep your legs around, and meet me in that 4-point position. So forearms are gonna be down for this one, knees in line with the hips, and then you're gonna bring the ball behind the nook of that right knee. Make sure the chest is lifting away by pressing down into the forearms, shoulders are slightly retracting. Take a nice inhale here. As you exhale, you're gonna lift the whole shape of that right leg up into that donkey kick. Inhale, you're gonna slowly release the knee back in line with the hip. Exhale, lift it up. Feel the smile line in the butt cheek. Feel the length of the muscle from the top of the hip down to the base of the butt cheek line. Inhale, lower down. Good. Let's go for another 3 here. Then we're going to start to add on. I'm still feeling the fire through the glute from that single leg glute series. Really nice. Last 2. Good. Last 1. More time under tension. We're going to hold that leg up. You're going to take an inhale, exhale, squeeze the ball. Inhale, drop the knee halfway down. Exhale, lift it straight back up. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze that ball. Inhale, halfway down. Good. So the muscle is never fully releasing now. Hamstring and glute max is constantly on. Let's go for another 5. We're here for 4. Nice deep breaths for me for 3. Core is working hard to stabilize the hips for 2. Good. Last 1. We keep that leg high. We allow the knee to come down past that opposite leg. Exhale, lift it straight back and up. Inhale, sliding it across. Exhale, lift it straight back and up. Inhale, sliding it across. Exhale, straight back and up. Last 3. That leg is starting to feel really heavy, but I'm still resisting the move, moving like I'm moving through a sticky pot of honey. For 2. Finding that end range every time. Last 1. Lift that leg up nice and high. Hips nice and square. Squeeze and pulse that ball for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Squeeze the ball as hard as you can. Now pulse that thigh up and up and up. I know it's burning. We're here for 6, for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh. Have a little release there. Take that ball out. Give that bum and hamstring a nice little tap. Well done, guys. Okay, let's have a little break. Come back to the abs on the other side. So laying onto your back, bringing that ball back in between those shoulder blades. Gorgeous. From here, keeping that right leg bent, left leg goes nice and long. Interlacing the hands behind the head, cradling the base of the skull. Bringing your eye gaze up to the sky, elbows in the corner of the eye line, breathing in. Exhale, lifting the shoulders away from the ball, creating that straight line from the center of the ribs down towards that pubic bone. Good. We're going to add on in 3. Once you're feeling good with the position of the ball, finding that end range at the top, keeping the back of the neck long and the head nice and heavy, let's add on that leg lift. Next time you exhale, you're going to float that left leg up. Inhale, you're going to release it down as you release the head down. Exhale, we curl up. Inhale, we curl down. We have another 5 here. Again, moving with control and precision, finding that end range every time. Really feel the inhale breath to reset, but not until the end. So releasing with control, holding time under tension, and then taking that exhale to find that end range. Last 2. Good, we're holding at the top here. Back of the head is heavy. In those hands, we're lifting from the front ribs, sliding forward and down. Inhale, we lower the leg. Exhale, we pick it up. Inhale, we lower the leg. Exhale, we pick it up. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1, we lower the leg all the way down, press the heel into the floor. We find that second round of pulses here, opening and closing the gap slightly from those ribs to hips for 6. For 5, gazing forward and up for 3. For 2, and 1. Inhale, lower all the way back down. Beautiful. Take a breath in here, taking it into those rotations. First of all, exhale, curl up, hold. Keep pressing the left heel into the floor, float that right leg to tabletop. Inhale, lower the head all the way down. Exhale, rotate all the way across. Inhale, we lower all the way down. Exhale, we rotate all the way across. Good. You have another 4 here, then we're going to add on. Feeling those left obliques start to really work now to find that rotation. Good. Next time we rotate, isometric hold through the rotation of the spine. You're going to inhale, float that left leg up. Exhale, lower it down. And then inhale, reset. Exhale, rotate it across. Hold. Inhale, float the left leg. Exhale, drop the left leg. Inhale, lower all the way down. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, we float. Exhale, we drop. Inhale, we reset. You've got another 3. Find the rotation first. Can you rotate any further before you lift and lower that leg? Last 2. Beautiful. Last 1, inhale. Exhale, we rotate. We've got 3 leg lowers. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last 1. Inhale, lift. All the way up. All the way down, we drop the heel. We extend that left arm across. Feel more rotation reaching across and then picking up away from that ball. Closing the gap, left rib cage, right hip. You've got it for 6. End range only for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lower all the way down. Feel that nice big stretch across your center. Nice work, everyone. Okay, let's come on up. Taking that ball out from underneath you. rolling all the way down onto your back. This time the ball is coming between the left heel and the floor. So left foot is coming, left ball of the foot is coming onto the floor, and that heel is coming to the ball. Scoot yourself around so you feel like your heels are in line with each other and they're close enough with the hips so you can find that straight line from the shin bone once you're up in that bridge. Release those arms down by your side, right foot grounding down onto the floor. Take an inhale. Exhale, pick those hips up. Good. From here, all I want you to do is inhale, lift the right left heel away from ball. Exhale, press it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press down. Keep pressing the heel down. Float your right leg to tabletop. Keeping that right leg there. Inhale, tap the booty down. Exhale, press through left heel, lift those hips up. Inhale, tap the booty down. Exhale, press through that left heel, lift the hips up. Adding on in 2. God, I'm already feeling that left hamstring with that ball underneath the heel. Next one, we hold at the top. Inhale, tap the toe down. Exhale, pick it up. Inhale, release the spine. Exhale, drive through that ball. Inhale, lower. Exhale, pick up. Last 5. Good. Last 4. Really nice. You're here for 3. I'm really trying hard to keep my hips nice and level as I move here for 2. And 1. We're going to hold it at the top, pressing into that heel. Inhale, tap down. Exhale, pick it up. Give me 3 more. Inhale, tap down. Exhale, pick it up. Last 2. Last 1. Pick it up, hold. Little pulses with those hips up and up, pressing into that ball for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it at the top for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, release that leg from that ball. Send it up to the sky. Give it a little shake out, bending and extending through those legs. So good. Okay, let's come into that 4-point kneel. Coming into those donkey kicks on the other side. So ball is coming in between the knee, the back nook of the knee. Finding that 4-point position. Elbows in line with shoulders. I don't mind if the fingers are interlaced or flat, up to you. As long as you're lifting the shoulders away, chest away, shoulders are on. Knees in line with the hips, keeping that flexion of that left foot. Take an inhale, exhale. Lift that left leg nice and high into that donkey kick. Inhale, slowly lower it down. And exhale, lift up. Inhale to slowly lower. Exhale, lift up. Good. So the hamstring is on, holding that ball in place. You're lifting from the base of that butt cheek line, finding hip extension, getting into that glute max. Core is nice and tight to keep everything from the hip bones up nice and still. Good, let's go for another 2. Then we're going to come into those half range, thinking about more time under tension. 1, good. Inhale, drop the knee halfway down to floor. Exhale, straight back up. Inhale, exhale, squeeze the ball as hard as you can. Inhale, halfway down. Exhale, up. Inhale, release ball. Exhale, squeeze as hard as you can. 5 more. Lowering down, holding at the top, releasing ball, squeezing harder. Last 4. Squeezing harder. Last 3. Good. Squeezing harder. Last 2. Making sure that foot is flexed. Last 1. We release the ball, we squeeze as hard as we can. We hold that squeeze. We allow the knee to come past that opposite leg towards the floor. Exhale, straight back up. Inhale, we bring it down. Exhale, straight back up. Oh, it's burning. Let's go for another 5. I'm moving super slow here with that breath. Last 3. Try to keep those hips in line for me. Last 2. I know you want to look at the knee, try and keep the back of the neck long. Last 1, we hold it up nice and high. Little pulses into that ball, nice and fast. End range, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Squeeze the ball as hard as you can. Pulse that leg slow and controlled for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Ooh. Taking that ball out, giving your bum a nice big smack. Okay, let's come down into a prone position. We will finish off with a little bit of a booty burner. So, coming down, what I want you to do here is bring your heels together, separate your knees nice and wide. Interlace the fingers and you can just rest the forehead down. I want you to take an inhale here. Press the pubic bone down into the mat. As you exhale, you're going to lift your thigh bones away from the mat. Again, feeling those glutes and hamstrings really switch on here. Inhale to slowly release. Let's go again. Exhale, we lift up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale, we slowly release. Good. Exhale, we lift up. We release the legs, the heels, send the legs long, find extension through those legs. Bring the heels back together and lower back down. If you want more here, option, lift the head and chest as well. Send the legs out long. Bring the heels together. Drop everything back and down. Let's go for another 4. Exhale. Shh. Inhale. Exhale. Shh. Inhale down. Good. Last 3. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Shh. Inhale down. Last 2. Shh. Last 1. We're going to hold those legs up. Maybe keep the shoulders and chest lifted. We send the legs out and in. Out and in. Keep the knees lifted for 4. For 3. For 2. 1. Keep the heels together. You're just going to pulse those legs up and up and up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my God. Give those hamstrings, those hips a shake, releasing through the glutes and the hammies there. Okay, last minute of work. We're going to finish nice and strong with some plank work. So, set yourself up for success. Wrists in line with shoulders, fingertips spread nice and wide. From here, you're going to tuck those right toes under, send that right leg long. You're going to send that left leg long. Good. From here, let's pike those hips up. You're going to come forward into that plank. From here, you're going to drop the heels to the left. You're going to pick that right arm up. You're going to drop the right arm out, down. Rotate the hips through center, pike the hips up. We come forward into that plank. We drop the heels to the opposite side. Peel the left arm up, stack the hips, stack the shoulders. Release. Pelvis and shoulders through center and pike. Stay here or add on with me. We pick up the hips. From here, we're going to thread the needle, piking the hips from the side, reaching for the back of that left leg. You're going to come all the way back down into that side plank, reset through center, find that pike through center. Inhale, we find our plank. Exhale, we find our side plank. Inhale, we pike those hips up. Exhale, back through side plank. Inhale through front plank. Exhale, pike those hips up. Can we start to pick up the pace here for our last 3 rounds? Shh. Good, you've got it. It's plank. It's side plank. It's side pike. Side plank. 2 plank. Last one on each side. It's plank. Side plank. Side pike, side plank, normal plank and pike. Last one, plank, side plank, pike the hips up, Release it back down. Find your plank. Pike the hips up. Good, we're coming into single leg pull to finish. So, shoulders in line with wrists, hips pulling up towards those ribs. Take an inhale. Exhale, float that right leg. You're holding here. Finding length from the base out of the leg. Feel the hamstring, feel the glute. Can we pulse that leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the foot, pike the hips up. Last little bit of work here. We come forward, stack the shoulders, pull the hips up towards the ribs. Find length through the leg, find the lift from the butt cheek, and pulse. You've got it for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pike those hips up. Come down, take the weight out of those wrists, sit back into your child's pose. Slowly start to restack the spine here. Roll through the wrists, roll through the shoulders. Come back to your breath, find stillness. Take as much time as you need to come back to that natural rhythm of breath, allowing the body to cool back down to that natural temperature after that little heart rate raiser at the end. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. See you guys soon.